What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out this 2025 Honda Ridgeline. This is the all-wheel drive Black Edition finished in radiant red. MSRP is going to be $48,900. Let's go ahead and see what the Ridgeline has to offer. This is actually a pretty unique truck. It's not your typical body on frame midsize. This is more like a Honda Pilot with a bed. So you have a lot of the benefits from a crossover SUV integrated into a truck itself. Now, underneath the hood, one of the coolest things, especially comparing this to the competition these days, this has a naturally aspirated V6. This is a 3.5 liter with 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Now it's paired to the 9-speed automatic and an all-wheel drive system. With that, it can tow 5,000 pounds, and then curb weight is going to be around 4,500 pounds. Has a 19.5 gallon fuel tank, and you're looking at 18 in the city with 24 out on the highway. This one has the nice blacked out grille cutting into the headlights. Safety sensor is your Honda badge, nicely integrated. Got your Black Edition logo as well. More openings down below to provide cooling, gloss black trim, then a little bit of the plastic material throughout the bottom. We do have standard incandescent bulbs, however, LED fog lights are all down below. Nice opening right here in the bumper to allow some airflow, and I like the headlights. They have a pretty cool design with a dark housing. This color definitely pops in the sunlight. You have a unique style in front. Not the most aggressive off-road style out of the other mid-sized trucks, but it has a cool look overall. This has also been on sale for now 20 years. We have some sharp lines in the hood cutting towards that windshield. And then at the side, you're gonna get some of that plastic black for the whole lower section of this truck, just to help protect the paintwork. You get a nice set of 18-inch wheels finishing in gloss black with a 5-spoke design, and then a sharp body line for the whole side profile. More gloss black trim throughout the mirrors. You got body colored on the door handles, gloss black on the windows, and a small sunroof up above. Now for that side profile, once again, this is a unibody, basically a crossover SUV. So you're not gonna see the cab and then bed. It's actually all one piece, like in a Honda Pilot or the Honda Odyssey. So very unique design, as we all know. And then for the bed space, get a nice look into there, and then around back, you have just the red on the taillights and Ridgeline stamped into the tailgate. Got your Honda badge, all your trailer hitch controls, and a cool looking dual exhaust right out the center. Parking sensors, and then just a plastic bumper design. Now for this tailgate and bed, there's actually a lever over here where I can open this up like a swing gate, which is pretty unique. And then we have the trunk as well. You can easily lift that open. You're gonna get a spare tire in here and a ton of space. So that is certainly a cool feature with the Ridgeline that nothing else has. And then if we go ahead and close this, we can still open it like a normal truck. There's no soft open, so you kind of have to just manually do it. Got a couple tie hooks throughout it, a little bit shallower bed than like a Tacoma or Colorado, but nonetheless, 2 dirt bikes in here, all your gear in the trunk. I mean, this is pretty darn practical for recreation. And then finishing up the style, definitely a nice looking vehicle overall. Again, just not crazy in your face. Now moving to the back seats. Now mid-sized trucks are not the greatest for back seat space. Honda Ridgeline still has its downfalls. Now we're gonna get a little bit of plastic in the back, but you have the nice padding on the armrest, extra storage, and I do like the leather seating with the red perforations. This can seat 3 people, and then in the middle we have an armrest and cup holders, and in the middle we can pop that up. Very pretty cool design for this headrest that'll also get out of the way when needed. Now we do have a ton of amenities like air vents, we have heated seats, all the climate controls and plugs, as well as storage. So that is a nice touch where most trucks do not have that for this price range. Now we have a handle right here we can lift, and this will lock upwards where we have a ton of storage space under these seats. So again, this is pretty practical for a lot of cargo. We can unlock that, lock it down into place. Now, while other mid-sized trucks are not that comfortable in the back, honestly, this is a little odd too. Notice how much higher I am than the driver's seat. I'm 5'11", I have this set to my height. The rear seats are significantly higher. So you kind of feel really up high over the driver, which is a little weird. Legroom isn't too bad. I have to straddle the seat a little bit, can't fit them behind it. And the base is pretty long, so it does cradle my legs well. Got a good recline and good space overall. Just the position is very odd compared to the rest. Other trucks are still pretty cramped, so no mid-sized truck is honestly that good in the back. But this is pretty good overall. Now as we make our way to the interior up front, we have the same door panels with some more soft touch, and firing it up, you got that V6 roaring to life with all of your nice screens. We do have memory seating as well, gloss black trim, all the same padding, and then a ton of hidden storage all throughout it. Onto the steering wheel, we're gonna have controls for the screen, Bluetooth and audio, and then cruise controls on the right with our heated steering wheel control. We have paddle shifters as well, and then stock on the right for windshield wipers, stock on the left for your headlights. Now for the gauge cluster, we can scroll up and down, see a couple different items that are gonna pop up, so it gives you a good amount of information that you can go through. Obviously you have your tach and speedometer, all of your basic information. And then on the left side we have an eco button, we have our power, cargo light, parking sensors, a couple other safety sensors, and then we have some nice soft touch throughout the dashboard. Gloss black trim makes its way into the dashboard a little bit, and then our typical Honda multimedia. Nothing all too new for 2025, all of your typical information. We have physical buttons for the home screen, a couple different apps, CarPlay, Android Auto. Shortcuts are going to be down below as well. Pulling that back into reverse, you're going to see a couple different toggles that you can go through to see all the different views. Back into park, and then physical climate controls. You have our dual zone temp that you can sync. We also have the modes, fan speed, and you can adjust your rear settings. So great touch for that. On and off, you have the defrost for the heated side mirrors, the rear glass, heated and vented seats, extra storage, wireless charging, more plugs, and more storage. You also have our cup holders, a bit more of the gloss black, and then drive modes right here that you can easily configure. Everything pops up on the screen, auto start stop, and then a ton of space all down below. Got more of this nice smooth leather with the red stitching, and then a large lockable glove box over here with plenty of space. One last look at the interior. Once again, the nice black leather seating, and you can see how much higher the rear seats are, which still is a little odd. Got that sliding rear glass. We have a manual sunshade, and then a sunglass holder up above. You can also see the glass controls and garage door buttons underneath the mirror. All right, so let's set off now in the 2025 Honda Ridgeline. So this is a very different mid-sized truck than what we're all kind of used to, which is the Tacomas, the Colorados, and the Rangers. Primarily, those are all gonna be a 4-cylinder turbo engine, aside from the exception to maybe a V6 Ranger here and there, or a hybrid Tacoma. Still can get, of course, the V6 in the Nissan Frontier, but this with the unibody design, it's basically a crossover SUV with a bed. So it's a very different construction, all-wheel drive versus a 4x4 system that all the rest will have as well. Now, when you're driving it, honestly, you forget you're in a truck. You're definitely in a Honda Pilot, I would say. It feels pretty much the same, just a easy steering, a very low dash, a short hood. It feels like a crossover, minivan type of SUV, something like that. So it's easy to drive. One of my friend's dads actually just bought one of these. He wanted something that's easier to get in and out of, good ride quality, and just enough to tow their small boat in and out of the lake once a year when they put it in. So something like that, this really does shine. It kind of has that car-like driving and ride quality to where, it's just a nice normal place to be. The seats are really comfortable up here, but this is still rugged enough to do what 99% of people are going to do, which is maybe once a year, twice a year, need something that can go off the beaten path. So this isn't a hardcore off-roader. If you want that, check out a Tacoma TRD or maybe a Colorado Z71. This, however, it gives you at least the all-wheel drive and the few drive modes to go somewhere like a camping trip, some sort of off-pavement type of terrain, gravel road or something like that. This will do that just fine. It's just not exactly for the recreational off-roading. With that said, 99% of people, you're on the road all the time. And this car drives smooth. It drives like a car. I keep calling it a car. I don't know if I want to call it a car or a truck because it drives like a car. It just feels really normal. You have a great view out the windshield really easily. You can see around the car. And left and right shoulders. You have a huge window. Same with the right side. It's just a good view all around. Another really nice thing with the Ridgeline, it has a V6, a tried and true, robust V6 engine, which we are seeing less and less these days. Primarily, Nissan and Ford are really the only options if you want that. However, those are, trucky trucks, so they're not gonna drive like this. But with the V6, it's gonna be a smooth power delivery, something that's probably gonna last you 200,000 to 300,000 miles. Primarily, you won't have an issue with the engine. The transmission will probably be the thing that goes before the engine in this, just because it's a simple V6. Now, there's no sport mode or anything like that, so just leaving it into the normal drive mode, not into the eco at least. We can get up to some speed. Actually, I guess we can put into a sport mode here, which just makes the transmission a bit more aggressive. And then taking manual control with those shift paddles, it sounds good. It sounds like a V6. It's got smooth power delivery. It's not as fast as the turbo cars and nowhere near as fast as the hybrid turbo cars. but you know, it's gonna do what the average buyer is gonna want. It's gonna get up to speed nicely, it's a smooth power delivery, and once again, it's just a bulletproof, reliable engine. So the Ridgeline just offers you kind of that realistic city truck, daily truck. You don't have the harsh ride like in a body on frame. You have a robust engine, you have a really spacious interior. Back seats are still limited. I wouldn't say they are amazing. I don't think any mid-sized truck honestly has good back seats. They're all kind of compromised. But the trunk in the back, the bed in the back, it's a very useful truck for a lot of recreation and a lot of daily stuff. And if you're not looking to drive a harder core, rough around the edges truck, you know, this is soft. This is a softened up truck that kind of has a blend of everything.